The FIFA World Cup is the biggest sporting event on the planet. Not the Super Bowl, not the Olympics, not even close. In 2022, the World Cup final attracted over a billion viewers worldwide. That's almost 1 out of every 8 people on Earth watching the same match. But if you've ever wondered how this tournament actually works, don't worry. By the end of this video, you'll know who plays, how teams qualify, how the tournament is structured, and why World Cup fever completely takes over the planet every 4 years. Let's start with the basics. The FIFA World Cup is an international football tournament where countries compete against each other to become world champions. Notice I said countries, not clubs. This isn't like the NFL, NBA, or Premier League. Players leave their professional teams and represent their home nations. So instead of playing for clubs like Liverpool FC or Real Madrid, stars play for countries like Brazil, Argentina, or France, and that changes everything. Players aren't just competing for trophies, they're competing for national pride. That's why World Cup matches often feel more emotional than club games. Now here's something surprising. There are over 200 national teams in FIFA, but only 48 teams will qualify for the 2026 World Cup. That's right, most countries don't make it. Before the tournament begins, nations spend years playing qualification matches. Think of it like a giant entrance exam. Only the best teams earn a ticket to the World Cup, and for some countries, simply qualifying is considered a huge achievement. Now let's talk about the biggest change coming in 2026. For the first time ever, the tournament will feature 48 teams instead of 32. That means more countries, more matches, more surprises, and probably more chaos. The tournament will be hosted by 3 countries at the same time: United States, Canada, and Mexico. No World Cup has ever been hosted by 3 nations together on this scale. Now you might be wondering, what actually happens once the tournament starts? First comes the group stage. Think of it like several mini-leagues. Teams are divided into groups and play against the other teams in their group. A win earns 3 points, a draw earns 1 point, a loss earns 0. Simple. The teams with the best records move on, and this is where things get interesting. Because after the group stage, there are no second chances. Welcome to the knockout rounds. Lose 1 match, you're out. That's it. Your World Cup dream is over. It's basically the sporting version of sudden death. This format creates some of the most dramatic moments in sports. 1 mistake, 1 goal, 1 incredible save. Everything can change instantly. And here's a fascinating fact. The strongest team doesn't always win. Unlike long league seasons where the best team usually finishes on top, the World Cup is short. A single bad game can eliminate a favorite. That's why underdog stories happen so often. Unknown teams can suddenly become national heroes overnight. Now let's talk about what players are actually trying to do. Football is simple. Each team has 11 players. The objective is to score more goals than your opponent. A goal happens when the ball completely crosses the goal line. That's it. No touchdowns, no baskets, no home runs, just goals. And because goals are relatively rare, every single one feels massive. A game can be decided by 1 moment, 1 shot, 1 mistake, 1 piece of magic, which is exactly why fans become obsessed. Then comes the final. The last match of the tournament, the winner lifts the most famous trophy in football, the FIFA World Cup trophy. For many players, winning it is the greatest achievement possible. Even legends who have won countless club trophies often say the World Cup means more. Why? Because you're not just representing yourself, you're representing an entire country. The World Cup isn't just a football tournament. It's one of the few events that can make the entire world stop and watch together, and that's what makes it special. If you enjoyed this beginner's guide and want more easy-to-understand football content, make sure to subscribe. Because once you understand the basics, the World Cup becomes a whole lot more exciting to watch.